Attorneys for the former Austin police detective facing manslaughter charges might try to have their case moved to federal court. Sources close to the case tell KXAN today attorneys for Charles Kleinert will ask that the case be moved to a federal courtroom, even after a Travis County grand jury indicted him earlier this year in the shooting death of Larry Jackson Jr. KXAN's Chris Sadeghi has more on what the motion could mean for this case. Chris?
Well, Robert, from talking to people here at the federal courthouse, they say that they often see notices to remove cases from state court to federal court in civil cases, but nobody here I talked to had ever heard of this happening in a criminal case. KXAN learned from sources the soon-to-be filed motion could point out Kleinert was acting in a federal capacity at the time of the July 2013 shooting, since he was part of a special task force that works together with federal authorities. In a federal courtroom, the jury pool would be widened to the entire district and not just people living within Travis County. Now, the reasons for doing so would have to be outlined in the notice for removal, and we're not sure what would happen to the Travis County indictment. We checked with some judges and lawyers today, and all of them indicated a move like this is unique. In fact, one judge told me in 40 years on the bench, he'd never seen anything like it. As of right now, that Travis County case for Kleinert is scheduled to begin on April 20th. We're live in downtown Austin. Chris Sadeghi, KXAN News.
State courts and federal courts generally hear different types of cases, but they do overlap in certain circumstances. For example, federal courts hear cases involving violations of the U.S. Constitution, whereas state courts hear cases where someone breaks a state law. But certain crimes can appear in both courts. For instance, by and large, state laws make robbery a crime, but if someone robs a bank, well, that becomes a federal crime because bank deposits are insured by the federal government. So the crime can be heard in both courts.